Welcome back. I'll try to keep it short this time. I've made a video about true crime some time ago. It was about AI generated true crime stories, pictures of people. Everything was AI generated. They had they were getting millions of views. Most people were not realizing it's AI generated, and they were monetized as well because YouTube does not care. So they were making money with fake true crime, which is ironic because it's not true crime. They do label it as true crime. Some of them actually indicate that it's true crime, some don't. But this is also true crime related. I'm going to assume that you're familiar with the Delphi case. Two young girls were murdered, were walking over a bridge in Delphi. Bridge guy, there was a footage of a bridge guy that one of them recorded secretly, and it was low resolution or whatever, and we had a statement of him saying like, hey guys, down the hill. That was all we had, right? 7-8 years later, they did catch the guy. A lot of people do not believe it's the right guy. I think he's the professor who we're looking at today. Thinks that's the guy, I don't know, but he's like, I want to show you because a video came out and it was leaked by the defense team in some way. And the video is the longer video of the bridge guy video. So the bridge guy video is clearly a cropped out version of this video, and it's only a couple of seconds of you see him walking. And then there is him saying, guys, down the hill. So when this longer video was released or came out, leaked, it was clearly a real video, and it showed anyone with a functioning brain would look at that video and say, hey, that is the longer video where they took the cropped version of the bridge guy, and basically we watched the looped version of that video.
Hey, what's up, Cindy Splat?
So he has a true crime channel, 5,000 subscribers, 6,000 views for this one. He will watch the video, so we will watch it once with him. And then he will talk for 2.5 hours. Like, it's a 3.5 hour video about just a minute video that came out. And he tries to convince people that the video has been faked. So here is the video that came out or leaked.
Bear with me here. We're going to watch this together.
See, this is the path. There's no path going there, so we have to get on here.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is have a running commentary while this...
A teaser for you. So one of the commenters saying, Heavy Metal Rehab is saying it looks fake. So yeah, he has 15 reasons why it's fake.
Ways I did some...
Does not look fake. It looks like the video where they took out the bridge guy, and you can see he's relatively small in this video. One could say the size of an ant. Don't want to spoil too much.
Okay.
But he says that he's the professor, copyright. He says he can see it's faked.
Let me stop. Too high quality.
Quality is too high. Phones back then didn't have this quality. So he doesn't seem to realize that when you crop a little bit of a bigger video, that the quality of the bridge guy crop will be a lot lower. Resolution will be a lot lower because it's like a very small piece of a bigger video.
Okay, this, listen.
He's claiming the quality is too high for the phones in 2017.
This is... had insanely mad.
Someone is...
Let me ask you this.
Talking about the dates.
If the Indiana State Police in Carroll County had footage this quality for 7 years, why in the hell didn't they use it?
So we see the bridge guy. The idea is to identify the bridge guy. We don't have a better look at the bridge guy because we don't see him. Only that part that they cropped out. We have the guy saying "guys down the bridge" at the end of the video, and we have one of the girls talking about, "Hey, there's no path going down there." How would this video have helped to identify the guy?
I'll wait.
There is this expectation that they get access to all the information, so they're not allowed to hide anything because, I mean, they need to make content about it, right? Hashtag unsolved crimes, he writes, when the guy is being caught, right? Richard Allen. But there's a group of people that don't think it's the right guy. They're allowed
Just,
to think that. But I remember seeing this video
Just
and
saying.
it's just so unhinged. Just saying what? It doesn't help identify the guy, Professor. He talks every like 20 seconds.
You've all seen the original Bridge Guy clip, you know, the clip, the 32 frames or whatever it is.
The cropped, like you can see, like, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse or not, but like he's hidden behind
That
her.
one
He's
fucking
super
clip that we
tiny.
saw for 7 years. So let me ask you this. How on earth do you have the worst quality clip that you've ever seen for 7 years of that Bridge Guy? Grainy as hell, blurred, distorted, you couldn't make out shit.
It was a cropped.
Okay? How in the hell did you have that for 7 years? And then today, they drop this in your lap.
Who's they? The defense people, right? And also here someone is using their own name and saying they all, with a picture of her and their kid, and she writes, they all knew this video would have been debunked within hours of release, so they sat on it for 8 years of relentless PR.
For yelling, but I'm really upset.
There are thousands of people that buy into this stuff.
Okay.
Thousands.
Look at the rocks. Let me stop it again.
Watching all the streams, 3.5 hours of their evening, just watching the stream.
Look at the rocks. Dry as can be.
So the arguments that he has are really ridiculous. It's too dry for that time of year or whatever. Everyone from court said he was the size of an ant. He's not literally the size of an ant, so everyone was saying that. And the person that said it, okay, sorry, everyone that said it, because everyone said it, they all were using the word ant to indicate that it was actually like really literally the size of an ant. Like you couldn't see, you need a microscope to watch it. You need like a loop. Dude.
Size of it. First of all,
He's like, it's not the size of an ant.
look, I'll stop it there. First of all, he's not the size of an ant.
This is the quality of the points that debunk this video.
Compared to,
I don't want to waste too much time on this.
or an AI stabilized video.
It's AI. It's AI, guys. It's
And listen,
clearly not
for
AI.
7.5 fucking years, they showed you that shitty quality Bridge Guy clip. That's the worst quality
And then
imaginable.
he found someone
Okay.
in his community willing to AI generate one of the, like, there's a picture of her walking on the bridge. Some say like, why is Bridge Guy not showing there? Well, it's further down on the bridge. He could still start walking. Who knows? Maybe they spent some time on the bridge. There could be multiple explanations, right? But they're all claiming this video is faked. Well, most of the frames you're going to watch is fake because one of the members of his community was willing to put this in an AI thing and ask it to animate the video, which is kind of messed up. It's kind of messed up. And there's, of course, a huge list of things that you notice to realize that it's fake. Like the entire bottom part of her face is messed up because her chin was down. And that is the picture you used. So they're
It's
thinking
just a
like some
casual user and
They-
is a viewer
they're
of the channel
thinking
who
it was
assisted me
faked.
in producing this.
And then he compares this video
Okay.
where like the shirt is like moving really strangely in the wind. And then comparing this to the other video and saying, hey,
Look at how it looks that someone is actually walking. Look at how the shoes look like they're actually walking.
I can't laugh because it's not like, it's just so stupid. But you're looking at footage of a girl that was murdered not very long after this video was made. So these are like pretty much their last moments alive. And you can hear that they're stressed, and he's like, I do not hear any stress in her voice.
Like I said, all that dry leaf litter just doesn't make sense.
Do you see all that dry leaf? That doesn't make sense. The video is fake.
That's evident. So
It
a
gets
rat,
worse.
right? Twig.
Not only
means
this
it's
one,
a
the
leaf
next
or a
channel.
twig. You hear
He's like, look at the reflection of the sun on the jeans.
I mean, it's
He gets really upset. Like, do not dare tell me this is real. He says to his chat and takes a pause and talks again in a minute or two.
that my heart is broken. I'm furious. I want to fight, to hit people and all kind of stuff.
You're spreading misinformation about the video.
I think if you don't agree with me, man, there's going to be a whole lot of people that don't agree, and there's going to be a whole lot of reason for people to say, "Oh, Prof's a conspiracy theorist. He's really gone off the deep end. He's."
I guess the deep end, like there's a cliff, you took a rope and you climbed down, you climbed all the way down, and then you grabbed the shovel, and then you were like digging and digging. Like, I need to do another 3.5 hour stream to tell people that this is all fake.
It's fake. Now, am I saying that parts of it are not legitimate? No. It's just clearly, I would frame it like this. At a bare minimum, it's manipulated. Okay? It's manipulated. Now, let me ask you this. Because this just goes, it's just like the body's not being found. It raises an
The bodies have not been found, guys.
immediate red flag.
Which is false.
If it's manipulated, then immediately it means there's something wrong here. Okay? Now, let me ask you this. We all know that phone was intentionally left there. Okay? We know.
By the girl.
What kind of killer would leave? Listen. Okay? Fuck it. Fuck it. I have to do it because I have to say this while we watch. Okay? Look. What kind of killer would leave a phone with 2 dead victims?
That she's hiding, she's like holding it in a way where she's trying to hide it and not show that she's recording with her phone.
Who he knew had just recorded it.
He knew it, guys. Just
Are you trying to tell me
clues.
someone that close to those girls was not aware that she was filming? Come on now, like put on your thinking
Yeah.
caps. It's obvious that she was filming. Look at it. Okay, look at it. When it starts over. Okay, let it start over. When it starts over.
Let's take
think
a
about
look. Is this rational
this.
what this guy is saying?
It's going to be obvious. Look, it's slow
Let's
motion.
see. Let's see.
It's going to be obvious to that
Slow
guy
motion,
walking up
guys.
that one girl is.
He's pretty far away. She's not holding the phone in front of her face, which is how most people, like, she's not holding the phone like that, right? Which is like the obvious way to hold the phone to show, like, people will see you're filming, you're recording, right? She's holding it next to her side, in her hand. The only thing she is doing is turning her palm, her hand, like probably with the backside to not show that the camera app is running. She's using the better lens. She's pretty smart. The fact that she recorded this in this way, it has helped to find the guy.
Recording the other girl. You don't see that?
No. Because people often have something in their hand or a camera. And the guy's looking down to not be noticed too much for them to start screaming already or something.
You don't think if okay, let's put it this way.
Also AI, like how she's very careful with walking there, like AI is probably not going to do that, as you could see in the fake
If this is a
video.
killer, okay, let's put it like this. I'll stop it here. If this is a killer behind Abby, if this is a killer, you don't think he already knows what he's going to do?
Yeah. So
So whoever this is walking back here, he already knows that he's about to assault these girls or kidnap them or whatever he's going to do. He already knows that he's about to victimize these kids in some way.
okay.
So you don't think he's on high alert, that he has his head on a swivel? He's aware of what's
We've seen the cropped out footage and he's looking down.
going on around him. If he's the killer, he's aware.
He realizes that there is no real escape route here. They have to go off the path and go in between the trees or whatever. I don't even know how difficult it is to get down there. But she says, like, there's no path going down here. So he is aware of that, probably.
He's looking around, his head's on a swivel, and he's like, okay, he's taking everything in. He's like, is anyone behind me? What are they doing in front of me?
He already checked out a long time ago. He might check it again, because there's a long time where we do not hear him. So he's looking away again.
What's going on between me and victim number one and me and victim number... He's aware of everything that's happening.
And also, she stops directly filming him when he gets
So
close.
why on earth would...
So she's aware at what point he might notice that she's actually recording him. And she, I have to admit, she's smart, because if he actually noticed that she was filming him, he would probably ask for that phone or something
would
like
this
that.
guy leave a phone with these two girls?
You don't know if she dropped it somewhere while he was telling them to go somewhere? Like, dude, it's a real video. Like, what is wrong
so this
with
guy,
you?
he leaves the phone. We see what that tells me immediately. This whole scenario is just like a body's not being found when you had all kinds of people trampling over the crime scene. If this is manipulated or faked, it would make sense to leave the phone at the crime scene, because it's like we thought from the beginning. This is all part of the staging.
The entire thing is part of a staging, guys.
Or Pat and Logan. And you know, I zoomed in as much as you can possibly zoomed in on the most clear parts of this. Okay, this is like HD quality. And as clear as we can see it today, I mean, hello, if this was created on February 13, 2017, that means it's been this clear since February 13, 2017. So,
dude, it's a cropped... Okay, we're going to the next one, which pissed me off a lot more. So Kelsi German is a sister of one of the girls, right? The one that was making the recording, right? Libby and Abby, is their names, if I'm not mistaken. So she's her sister. And this person, True Crime Design, she has almost 100,000 subscribers, so she's probably monetized. This video got 30,000 views. It's really... It's just so messed up. So it's a video about the sister of the girl that got murdered, right? And she made all these videos saying, like, Kelsi German is, like, part of it. Like, her sister was part of it. She was in on it. Like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? She was very young. She's her sister. She lost her sister and a good friend, the best friend of her little sister. It completely messed with her life. Of course, it's traumatic. And then you're here making YouTube videos that remain up because I guess it's free speech or something. You're not violating any terms, but it's messed up. So this video is titled, How Kelsi German Stole Her Sister's Identity. And we're going to react to it. It's 7 minutes.
You have told someone what you have done.
Left headphone
Or at the very
speaker
least,
only.
they know. Because of how different you are since the murders.
So this is her sister. Before playing this video, she stole her sister's identity. Now, imagine when you're this young and your sister gets murdered, your whole life is like flipped upside down, right? To steal your sister's identity, you need to have really good receipts. And then the question is, what do you consider stealing someone's identity? Because doing stuff that your sister wanted to do, was thinking of doing, a lot of stuff you might want to explore, because it gives you a sense of her still being here and living through you. Like, these are the things that she wanted to experience, so I'm going to do those things. It's not that crazy, is it? True Crime Design. And the comments are just messed up. 30,000 views, 600 comments, and it's like, she was the victim and now my family members are the stars. Why does that creep me out? I just rewatched after hearing Abby's hand confirmed to be Kelsi. How disturbing it is that she literally chose every path her sister had in life. All right, let's react.
2 years ago, I would have been the shy girl that wouldn't have talked. I would have been the one sitting in the back waiting.
Shy girl, because she has 254 followers back then on Twitter. She wrote in 2016, it's sad a year before, like that was 2014, she had 254 followers. On Twitter. It's sad because I've been here for you since day one, she tweets, and you still don't know I exist.
To leave because I didn't want to be at a party.
Is high school over yet? She tweets with no comments and likes or retweets.
Now I'm the one that.
So now then she looks at her Twitter account in 2018 where it says 30.7 thousand followers. Yeah, and the website that she's pinned in her account is abbyandlibby.org. More information about the case. Seeking justice. The guy didn't get caught that long ago. So she was on a lot of YouTube channels talking about her sister, trying to help. Good job highlighting that she had, after her sister was murdered, 30.7 thousand followers.
Goes out and tries to be like.
The profile picture, by the way, who is in front and who is in the back? She is in the back. Her sister that got murdered is in the front, taking up most of the picture space. Huh? Doesn't that contradict her stealing her sister's identity? Wouldn't she put her find a picture where her sister is in the background or not even there at all? Because she's trying to steal that identity, right? I love this intro music. The piano, like sometimes when you hear the piano, you're like, yeah, true, you're right, conspiracy.
And I made a deal with myself. I said,
I will turn on subtitles for you guys, and you're probably not going to see everything. Oh, maybe you will if I put it here.
Libby can't live the life that she was living, and now
Libby can't live the life because she was living.
somebody else has to be that.
Let me go back.
Libby can't live the life that she was living,
She can't live the life that she was living because she got murdered. Her sister got murdered.
and now somebody else has to be that person.
And now somebody else has to be that person. So I want to be that person. I want to be the person.
So like outgoing and fun and talking to everybody.
She misses her sister that was murdered. That was more outgoing. She was more shy. She probably misses all aspects about the character of her sister, right? And then it feels like she's still here. If she's living through you, if you're doing the things that she would have loved to do. Do you really not get it? Becoming Libby. True Crime Design writes Becoming Libby in the video. It pisses them off that she's like in magazines and like there's media attention while she was searching for the murderer of her sister, right? It pissed people off.
Only this time, it wasn't a movie. It was real. My sister was gone. She was the victim, and my family members were now the stars.
The stars, like a movie. Let me read this. I tried to think about the good memories and not the bad things, says Kelsi, whose sister Libby was murdered. What point are you making with this? She's not allowed to be interviewed? Have her picture taken? Are you gonna complain about her wearing makeup in this appearance on TV?
I think it makes me feel like she's here, and it's like
It makes me feel like she's here.
she's part of my life still, and she's still
Do you really not get
living
it?
as much as I'm living. As long as I'm here, she's here.
Kelsi German has
This pisses them off.
been swimming since middle school. The senior was looking forward to competing against her sister, the freshman. Libby has set her sights on joining the Delphi Oracle swim team. It was among the many things she had planned to do in high school. Her death changed everything, and Kelsi found herself at a turning point.
This year, it's been a year about Libby. So I just kind of like, I've
About
been
Libby.
doing everything I can to make Libby proud and kind of living the life she deserves to live.
Kelsi found her sister's goggles.
I need a new pair. Why buy some when I could just have another piece of Libby with me in the pool?
Carry her book bag to school.
And also decided that this year she would
Carry her
She carries her book back to school. And these people are claiming she's trying to steal the identity of her sister because she was involved in their murder.
her
in
book
her
bag
murder.
to school.
and also decided that this year she would swim in the events that Libby would have competed in, including the 200 and 500 free relays.
It's really tough because I'm a sprinter, I don't do distance. So it's like trying to like start over completely. It was definitely more important to me to swim hers. I'd rather swim for her than for myself.
The heart and determination of an individual to do that is just out of this world. It's just out of this world.
And if there are ever any doubts, she can look to the banner inside the Delphi High School pool facility, honoring Libby's commitment to swimming.
I look up to it when I go off the blocks because I am not the best starter, and I want her to be there with me when I start, and I want her to help me get better. The fact that that poster's there helps me through every single practice and meet that we
Senior
have
year
here.
with her personal best in the pool. And this young lady was most recently honored as homecoming queen, Erica, during basketball season, and just won a school essay contest for her story on her sister Libby.
I would have been the shy girl that went to the top. I would have been the one sitting.
Her sister was murdered, you freaking idiot. You can't be happy for her that she was the prom queen?
in the back waiting
I guess you weren't prom queen.
but now I'm the one that goes out and tries to be
Prom
like,
drama queen, maybe.
the voice for everyone.
This one really pissed me off because there's like a huge collection of
Sometimes it really
videos.
sucks and I don't really want to be here. Most days I really love life and I'm really looking forward to all the really cool things that Libby has put in my path because I wouldn't be here without her at this point.
Libby has put things in her path because she has chosen to. I'm not
Libby
going to
dreamed of
explain it.
becoming a
It's
science
just,
teacher. She was also interested
she was dreaming of becoming a science teacher. Okay? So what is now her goal? Let's
in
hear.
solving crimes or finding cures. Her curiosity in the sciences was serious business. She attended several
Solving crimes.
classes up the road at Purdue University.
Since the murders, Libby's sister Kelsi has started studying forensic psychology at Purdue.
Stealing her identity.
She wants to solve crimes just like her sister's murder.
Everything that I've went through, I kind of am able to use that to help others, and I would rather use what I have gone through in a good way than to use it in a bad way, I guess.
I'm going to.
Lastly, life is extraordinary. I have been through more than any 18-year-old should ever have to experience in her lifetime. From those obstacles and struggles have come amazing memories and experiences that outweigh all of the bad. Not all high schoolers can say that they've been on national TV, or even though they've been in New York City. Not everyone.
So even though you hear sad music and you feel sad for her and kind of happy that she's at least living her life the best she can, the video is made to indicate that she's like trying to steal the identity of her murdered sister.
County Sheriff's Office say the girls were last seen around 1 o'clock this afternoon near the Monon High Bridge Trail. Liberty or
So
Libby
this
and
video is
Abigail were-
titled Kelsi German's Lies and Staged Alibis.
Williams were dropped off by a family member at
Seen around 1 o'clock Monday afternoon near the Monon
High Bridge
The production is pretty good, right?
around 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
She actually talks in other videos. I hope this is one.
Last seen around 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
But the story would begin to change in 2018.
Yeah, like 1:30.
She said 1:30 now. Okay, she's involved.
So I dropped him off around 1:30, maybe.
38. There's a discrepancy.
Libby are dropped off at the trails at 1:49 5:49 p.m.
And so I dropped him off around 1:30, maybe a little bit after.
This is another one where she doesn't talk. Let's keep moving forward. Typical turret camera can see clearly up to around 70 to 80 feet during the day. Okay. Okay. They're used to monitor entropy, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay. This tree is also a major obstruction. Okay. What make, model, year? Dude. Yeah, I know I'm not really paying a lot of attention, but you guys are so weird. They do testimonies, video. Let's keep going. It was never about solving the murder, guys. It was never about solving the murder. Let me move this to the right a little bit so you can enjoy the cringe true crime. I'm gonna title this video Cringe True Crime.
I understand that justice in this country was served.
But rather, it was always about casting the right person as bridge guy, their main manufactured scapegoat.
Learn to live with it, you know, because we do have other family, right? I mean, we have other grandkids, we have children.
We'll just keep
this guy's lucky every day.
One of the guys that got arrested because he had stuff on his computer. This is the guy, Richard Allen. It's not in debate that Richard Allen was at the trails that afternoon. It's also not in debate, I think, that he left a bullet casing. Place the victims there. States inability to place the victims there. So they found the bodies there, right? Just put a beat under it. I will go for another video because this one is really... Here's the professor.
All these people before, all these people after, but in that little chunk of time, oh, nobody's there. Nope, I ain't seen nothing, no one's there.
So this was Kelsi German's lies and staged alibis. Debunking the search timeline. Does she actually talk about stuff? I think she does.
In the Delphi
Yeah, this is
zeitgeist.
her voice.
In fact, his name has been all over Reddit and discussion groups since 2017. I believe this is because his vehicle was spotted on the chopper footage, which lines up with the police scanner audio as an officer called in the license plate number and the registration came back to Brown, causing sleuthers to question why his vehicle was so close to the bodies on the morning of...
Okay, I'm going to show you something so stupid from this video, which is just ridiculous. Watch
Covering
this.
alongside other cats are manipulated and planted.
Oh, by the way.
That the BG video and accompanying Snapchats
So she's claiming that the Snapchat picture was fake?
are manipulated and planted to support a fake timeline and lone killer narrative. Another part of this was discovered.
Multiple killers. So there's chopper footage, and she's going to claim, and it's bullshit, so don't worry, you're not going to see anything that is disturbing. She's going to claim that she can see bodies floating in this video. You cannot see bodies floating in this video. They were not found in the water.
Two sets of human remains in Deer Creek around the 13-minute mark of the RTV chopper footage. This is just a snapshot of that footage, but it's...
Go ahead and zoom in. Like, I'm recording in 4K. You're getting all the pixels here.
It's the movement.
So this is a news TV channel, YouTube channel. They have a chopper and they released this video.
Of the bodies in the water that gives it away. You are, of course, entitled to your beliefs and opinions, but I am positive about what I see here. So any efforts to gaslight will fall short. I shared
They love the word
footage in question
gaslight,
2 years ago
right?
without a voiceover or anything, and YouTube age restricted the video. Not flagged for
YouTube age restricted. I uploaded a video where I'm convincing everyone that you see murdered people's bodies floating in the water. I'm convinced of that. I'm trying to convince people of that, and it got age restriction. And we can see, by the way, June 12, 2022, this channel that is claiming that the sister of the girl that was murdered was involved in her murder based on pretty much the most bullshit arguments ever, is monetized. I'm not going to test it, but pretty sure that these videos are all
For
monetized.
demonetization, age restricted. That's the only time that's ever happened on my channel or not. Hogged burnt cross. In Abigail, sort of floating on the surface, face down, possibly hog-tied, and Abigail is
Not how they were
to the
found.
right of her, naked on a burnt cross, in my opinion. Again, if you can't see this, that's just on you. I
That's on us, guys.
know what I see, and it's consistent with the first ever reports that the girls were found in or on the banks of Deer Creek.
2 bodies. Is that the Sugar Creek?
Deer Creek.
Deer Creek, sorry. In Deer Creek, about a mile east of town. They were on the edge of the water, from what I understand. That's about the best I can tell you.
Moreover, the FBI search warrant of Logan's residence concluded that it appeared the bodies were moved and staged. And I agree. While there is no timestamp or indication of the time of day the chopper footage was recorded, I can confidently say that this is not midday. When the narrative says the bodies were found, it changes between 12:15 to 12:45. That's not the time of day that's captured on the chopper footage. The shadows from the trees reveal that it is morning. If I had to guess, it's probably sometime between 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. This was before the staging of the official crime scene under the large tree.
So this is how they were found, which is really disturbing. Some people say there's like symbolism in the way they are positioned, their bodies are positioned.
Video evidence
But she's claiming that when you can see the search efforts there and the helicopter is like recording, she's saying those were the bodies.
doesn't lie. But people, especially the Patty crime family and their city of puppets,
She's talking about the family of the murdered girls.
Searcher to be at Pearson's of Delphi, a propane delivery server, who worked with Becky Patty. So there's that of Deer Creek where those law enforcement vehicles were on the chopper footage. And I guess he hollered up at them. He said the firefighter tried to call someone to report it, but couldn't get through. The firefighter got to the end.
I can listen. I get why it's captivating. Like, even me, when I first saw these videos, I was like, what? So you just watch a couple more and you're like, what? And if you're like sensitive to this stuff in the sense that you can just get drawn in and you can't get out and you have to watch everything, right? But like, at a certain point, you kind of have to think for yourself and not just follow whatever the professor or this person is saying. Like, there's so much bullshit videos. Like, this one is from 2 years ago, and it's called Clues, I think.
How she left it.
Hidden Clues in Libby's Room.
And you said there's the.
So after she was murdered, her mom is like keeping the room the way it is, which you hear a lot, right? In the comments, someone says, "I left my son's room exactly the same for years. Then came the day when I threw the candy away. You know, instinctively that your child will not be coming back physically ever again, and yet it's just so hard to accept." So that's super sad. Here someone comments and says, "Your son's room probably wasn't the crime scene, unlike that room." So this Libby's room is the crime scene.
How she left it.
It's actually in better shape than what she left it.
And you said there's the paint can.
She cleaned it up.
Paint can right there.
The paint can.
which I get. Like, if you're keeping the room the way it is, you do clean it up.
Tell me about Libby.
Her mom.
Was always very busy, had her hands and everything. Always wanted to make everybody laugh, wanted everyone to be happy. She's a free spirit, you know, so like nothing, she was fearless. Nothing scared her. She did everything herself, do it herself. Always so smart. And so full of life, like everything. She was always happy, laughing. She was just everything. She was the glue that.
You see her being happy and it just makes you sad and a bit happy because you can see that she was also happy.
Minutes apart in the quiet countryside just outside downtown Delphi. Kelsi and Libby at the time had been living with their grandparents, Mike and Becky Patty.
Her room, it hasn't been used, it's been left, it's been turned kind of into a shrine. That's just her, you know, and the stuff all over her room, the mess, the Libby is still there. She had wanted to repaint her room, it was a lime green, and she wanted to paint it purple, and I kept saying, I don't have time right now, we'll get it painted. And finally she said,
What is really, what stayed with me is the fact that she painted her room, she said, I'll do it myself, and then they said, okay. But the bucket of paint is still
Mom,
there.
just let me do it. And you know, she did a wonderful job. She had just finished painting it. Her paint can is still sitting there. One of the outlets doesn't have the cover on it because she didn't have it on yet. And we left it that way. That's how it was left.
And I decided it was time. Time to walk into Libby's room and do something. Time to go in and make it presentable in case we ever need an extra bedroom. So we did, together. Kelsi said it might be therapeutic for me to do this. Don't know if that was the case. I never wanted to take this step because it went along with the feeling that it was one more step to Libby disappearing from the world, an acceptance that she was never coming home. But I am learning that is not the case. Libby will never be forgotten. She will always be here, in our hearts. So we went in. We went through her dresser drawers and sorted things into piles. One to keep, one to donate, and one for trash, which included underwear and socks, which, by the way, wasn't a single pair of mates, because that was how Libby rolled. She never wore mated socks unless she got them out of my sock drawer. Her closet is now full of memories and treasures that we will always keep.
Let's go back.
Be rolled.
So instead
she
of
never
talking,
wore
she's...
mated socks unless she got them.
It was discovered that one of the panties and sock of one of the victims was missing from the crime scene, while the rest of their clothing was recovered. Okay. Then here, odd thing to note, especially because the killer took the underwear and one sock from one of the victims.
Out of my sock drawer. Her closet is now full of memories and treasures that we will always keep. We donated some of her stuffed animals and backpacks so others could also enjoy some of the things that made her happy. As much as I disliked that purple paint she picked out for her room, it remains. I ordered the quilts and curtains to go along with the colors that we didn't have time to do before that horrible day. We shampooed the carpet and scrubbed, trying to get that darn stain out from the paint she spilled. Finally accepted it is staying. We will be putting the room back together soon. It is done, but there are still many indicators in there that shows. She is still here, and will...
So what case did you make with this? Like, what case did you make? 27,000, 30,000, 44,000. Where was Kelsi German on February 14th? From fairy tales to harsh realities. Am I going to watch another one? Like, people watch this and they're like, yeah, Kelsi was involved. Like, dude, what are you doing?
When the girls' bodies were...
So this is one where she... Let's see if she talks or not.
And while we were... knew exactly whose it was. It wasn't long after they told us that they'd found the shoe that a searcher found.
Yeah, we did. We went up the hill. So.
Okay, but it was on this side of the...
Let's go to the recap. After crossing the bridge and searching the area underneath, Kelsi places herself on the south side of the creek on the private drive when the bodies were found. Okay. She says somebody yelled up that they had found the shoe. Kelsi immediately knew that it was Libby's black Nike shoe because she dropped it in the girl's hands. I'm here, the family had very conflicting stories. The hair thing is freaky. I'm watching on October 31st, 2024, the whole playlist. Like, they come back. They love these videos. Could she have had serious sibling envy issues against her sister? They ask. There's far too much reasonable doubt for all the jurors to reach a unanimous decision. Everyone wants justice, but if Richard Allen isn't getting a fair trial, there can be no justice. I don't believe the girls' families would want an innocent man wrongly convicted. There's been too many shady things going on in the courtroom. The judge needs to be disbarred, they say. Let me see. Here someone says, I've always stopped that Kelsi and Cody were involved. Why would Kelsi's hair have been in her hand? That doesn't happen from putting a sweatshirt on. It doesn't sound like a sister describing her sister's murder. That's for sure. She just says found their bodies with almost no sympathy. New to this case, but oh my god, that's a super strange interaction she was having. Did she even leave the girls after dropping them off? Something's off. Thinking emoji. The person she's speaking to is Gray Hughes. He helped her construct a timeline to try and get her to keep her story straight. I wonder if the 3 girls Richard Allen said he saw are those 3 girls. That would be wild. Kelsi is seen dropping the girls off. It was recorded on security camera across the road. In the recording, she's driving off, dropping them off. Kelsi is not involved. Let's see how people react to this person. You clearly have not been following this case. The woman that saw a man on the bridge said he was younger and taller than Richard Allen and beautiful in appearance. Richard Allen might be the guy in the video, but they had to enhance it so much. They could literally only get 1.5 steps of the man walking. Bridge guy was too far away from the girls to have been the man that said down the hill. Open your eyes. This is the biggest bullshit case the state could have brought to court. How come the people that want to believe Richard Allen is guilty can't fathom there might have been multiple men walking the trails and bridge that day? Tunnel vision much? So, like, they just zoom in on, like, inconsistencies. Like, oh, it's like 12 feet. No, it's actually 15. No, it's actually 10. Like, what? It was actually 5. Dude, like here, this is already quite a long time after it happened, right? You can see she's quite a bit older here. This is not right after it happened. It's just, I can't watch it anymore. I remember there being one really bad one. Let me quickly check this one. Kelsi German from Fairy Tales to Harsh Realities. Peer-reviewed research on a medical disorder. I'm not qualified to speak on personally or render any sort of diagnosis for. However, I'm qualified as you are to identify name observations of behaviors in real-life scenarios. Let's go.
Action. Fairy tales allow parents to help children prepare for the realities of life. Although we imagine leaving fantasy behind as we grow up, we continue to mix fantasy with reality throughout life and often deny reason to hold on to our fantasies. Fairy tales arise from folk traditions, things that are too dangerous to
So let's read some comments. Narcissists are some strange people. I know one in public. So is this person saying that Kelsi is a narcissist? It's liked by True Crime Design. This has to be one of the best videos I've seen about the psychotic people in the world. Another thought-provoking, well-presented video. I really believe Kelsi could be involved. She just has really odd behavior when talking about this case and writing angry letters to Libby after she's gone and screaming, yelling at her grave. Jesus. She says I watched the movie 2 times. Next sentence she said first time, second time, third time, and I read the book. This was clear as a bell. You're doing so much light on this case. Much is said about narcissism. Kelsi German pretends this information about LG responding to AS is so upsetting. The sick part is that Kelsi German had Liberty's phone for 2 weeks prior to the crime. That means that she knew that Liberty had been in contact with AS, and not only that, she reset LG's phone. I hope I'm wrong, but something doesn't add up here. I understand Kelsi was mean to Libby, so why would she have extra hoodies and granola bars in the car and insist they wear them? Like, guys, it's just so stupid. Like, here's one theory. Like, the A shots guy in one of the comments, that was the guy that had, like, stuff on his computer that was, like, texting one of them. He was not involved in their murder, at least that's not what came out of that. But here's someone that says Kelsi was possibly talking to that guy, and then as time went on, she could never admit to it. When we were teens in the early 80s, we used to sneak on my friend's brother's CB radio and arrange to meet grown-ass men, and we used to hide and watch from the bushes, and I think it was hilarious when some ugly fat dude sat there waiting. We would shout and tease from behind the trees where we were hiding. One time the guy looked young and okay, so we dared our 14-year-old friend to go meet him, and she did, while we were all cracking up laughing. He was about 19. Jesus. This makes me cringe now to think of the danger. That's what we did. Silly little girls. But you're saying Kelsi was talking to that person that actually Liberty was talking to. Libby was talking to. I totally agree, and I believe that the info is on the phone they're searching the river for. They're dealing with... I don't know. Just wondering if True Crime Design is really True Crime Jesus who had this channel cancelled. Let's read the response there. Nope, I will take that as a huge compliment. I'd make a terrible... Let me see what else. Plus, she has the same thing Gypsy Rosa has. Kelly's tongue. What? And the baby voice. They dislike her voice. Kelsi is not a narcissist, and certainly not a malignant narcissist. I will never come back to this channel. Shame on you. And then someone responds, well, Kelsi states that when Richard Allen was arrested, that for her it opened wounds. Then smiled, and what the hell? And then True Crime Design. True Crime Design. True Crime Design. Like that comment. Someone else says, what nonsense, but typical of YouTube creators who opt to grasp at bullshit versus searching for truth. No wonder you have so few subscribers. Well, Barbara, that was 2 years ago. It's almost 100,000 now. And then True Crime Design says, if by nonsense you mean scientific research, like the bodies in the water, that was scientific research. No, I just know it's bodies. You have to believe me. If you don't, then I don't know what to tell you. Stop gaslighting me. Then that is exactly what it is. But again, I don't expect anyone to recognize these behaviors that are right in front. So she basically made a video to say that she's narcissistic. And she's reading from a book and making this case.
That which is...
Let's remember, it's the girl, her sister got murdered.
unique, sensitive to emptiness.
I was so mad I went to her grave and yelled at her. I screamed. I was so angry, and I still am. I'm frustrated. I write her a letter every day, and in my last few letters since December, it has not been very nice words to her. I tell her how angry and mad I am.
People with MN are driven by an intense need, constant hard work, and they're often duality.
She's being very honest. It's the way she's processing
seductive.
everything. Can you not imagine that if this happens, that sometimes the people that are left, that they at some point might also feel upset, be upset,
and promiscuous, but
be upset, like because they're really upset that that person
unable
is
to
not there
develop
anymore.
towards underrated aggressive influences and rely on
Why didn't you
internal,
just run, think about that stuff, and get upset, and
sadistic
then
and
later realize like
powerful parental
that's
images.
stupid.
And
Like she's not
contemptuous of
continuously
social
upset.
conventions and
It's
show
part
a
of the
passive
grieving
tendency
process. But
and
no,
then
no,
have
it's
a tendency
antisocial
to feel
behaviors.
during crisis.
She's stealing the identity of her murdered sister. You guys are insane, and you should be called out. And you are making videos about Idaho 4. You're making videos about all those other cases. Like, it's crazy. And you have a monetized channel, and you're saying that the girl who was very young at the time, her sister got murdered, and you're saying she was in on it. Dude, you're insane. Alright, I'm ending this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you agree with me that True Crime Design is like a weirdo. And the same applies to the professor. And if you are aware of other true crime channels where they're saying stuff, you know, one is that is also very funny. I'm not going to even search it because I keep on making this video. It's too long already. There's one that's called True Crime Rocket Science. true crime rocket science. Dude, what kind of... Yeah, gets views. And then he goes on vacation to... where did he go? To Italy, where that British girl got murdered. And then, what's her name? Amanda Knox, who was, at the end of the day, not considered the person that murdered him or was not involved and is living in the US. Yeah, there are people that still think that she was involved. So he goes there and he comes up with bullshit theories about like, yeah, like it's just ridiculous. I'm not going to watch that. He's like on vacation there. It's like trying to make a video as well. But like these conspiracy people on true crime, the combination of conspiracies and true crime, it's really messed up that YouTube is allowing you to monetize this stuff. I would consider this harassment. Her sister was murdered. You don't have good arguments, and you're saying that she's stealing the identity of her sister. You freaking weirdo. You're really weird. It makes me really upset because if I just look at your channel, like YouTube doesn't even just monetize your videos. Like most popular videos, let's take a look. 1.7 million views, 800,000 views, 760,000 views. Idaho 4, let's talk about injuries. Like none of your videos are going to be good. Like I've watched quite some videos, as you can see. There's a red bar below it. Drug-related revenge killing, like bullshit. Like it's just so stupid. But people love when there is like a conspiracy around the true crime case. They love it. They love it so much. And you are just monetizing that stuff. And I don't believe that you believe what you're saying. I just don't believe that you actually believe what you're saying. With most of the videos. I really don't think you believe this stuff. Delphi murder, 6 years of deception and manipulation. I don't want to watch this stuff.
Today is Monday, February 13th, 2023, and it's been 6 years since the murders of Abigail Williams and Liberty German. 6 years without answers or justice is a long time. But as I reflect on what a 2017 world looked like, it feels like so much more time has passed. When retroactively looking at a crime, I think it's important to consider the...
I just can't. I just can't. Guys, I'm out. This is stupid. This is just so stupid.